How's it going, guys? It's Alex Malone here, your car guy. I wanted to come to you today and talk about what your car's worth. What's my car worth? People ask all the time, how can I get the best deal for my trade-in? How can I make sure I get the most money for my trade-in and make sure that my car gets valued at what I think it's worth? And so I wanted to talk to you guys today about how that process works from a dealer's point of view, and also to help you understand how you can get a better trade-in value and understand how the process works, okay? So the first thing we want to talk about is how are trade-ins assessed, okay? So there's a couple things that we use. So back in the day with dealerships, they look at your car and walk around the car, touch it and feel it, and give a value on that car, okay? So there really wasn't much accountability in how the car was being appraised. Nowadays, with social media, with technology, all the kinds of apps that you have going on, there's no room for lack of accountability with the trade-ins and how it's being processed. So there's a couple tools that most dealers use to appraise your car and get the value on their car. So the days of looking at your car, touching it, and putting a value on it from their head on your car without actually doing some research are long gone. Okay, so it's actually in more of your favor to get a fair and an accurate price on your car. So one of the tools that dealers use, one of the many tools that dealers use, is called vAuto. Okay, and vAuto is actually owned by Auto Trader, which also owns Kelley Blue Book, and also a couple other car appraising sites and apps. Okay, let's just say you have a 2009 Ford Fusion, and they put into this computer program called vAuto, and what vAuto does is it checks within a 200-mile radius and researches what our 2009 Ford Fusion is going with leather with, let's say, 53,000 miles. Okay, so once they figure out, you know what, we realize that this car is going for X, Y, and Z amount, your car has 63,000 miles, and they accurately put a value. Now, there's one thing that dealers can't do. They can't put a sentimental value on the car. Okay, you probably had your car for 10 years, 5 years. You've been through, your first boyfriend with the car. You've been through a breakup, or you graduated from college in that car. So those things that, as much as we'd like to, dealers can't put the value on the things that you've gone through and experienced with that car. Okay, but what happens is, to give you an accurate, fair price and being held accountable and being transparent, is letting you know that, listen, within a 200-mile radius, your car is selling for X. Okay, let's say your car is selling for 10 grand, right? But yours has about 10,000 or 15,000 more miles on it, so that's going to drop the price a little bit as well. Okay. Also, if your car has defects, if your car has dings, scratches, dents, been in an accident, water damage, whatever else, that also hurts the value of your car. Now, one of the things that I will say too, if at all possible, to help yourself get a better value on your car, keep the factory tires, rims, anything that's factory, that's standard, that comes on that car, keep it on the car. If you don't have it, make sure you can go get it, okay? So if you don't have the factory tires or the factory rims, make sure you get the factory rims from your local dealer, okay? That way, that helps bring in the value. What also helps the value of your car is, of course, we all know miles, right? We all know that a car has good miles in a great year, and also it has some great technology on there. It helps keep that value, okay? Cars with less equipment on there, if it's cloth and no backup camera or no leather or no navigation, of course we know that those things hurt the value of your car. And one thing you might not know about trade-ins too is actually you have the option to sell your car on Craigslist, and obviously on Craigslist you can sell your car for whatever amount you want to. Okay, if you have a car, you can sell it for whatever price amount and probably get it. Okay, but with dealers, we have to account for it. We got to account. It's a business. Okay, so you won't take a car in for more than what it's worth, and that's bad business, right? Just like if you owned a donut shop, or if you owned a coffee shop, or whatever else, a business, you want to make sure that you have profit available, right? So it's the same thing for dealers. Other thing too that I want to talk to you about trade-ins too, and how you can get the most value, and why it makes sense for you to trade in your car to a dealer. There's a couple things I wanted to talk about. The first thing is there's actually a tax benefit. Now, I'm in Michigan. I don't know about any other states right now, but in Michigan, there's actually a tax benefit to you for trading in your car to the dealership. The second thing is it's safer, okay, and you don't have to have any strangers coming to your house at all, or people calling you all hours of the night, or emailing you from weird numbers or weird emails. You know exactly where your car's going, you know exactly what's going on with the value of your car, and you know exactly what's going to happen to it. So there's a couple tips I want to give you guys too about trading in your car, and The last thing I would say is there's a tool that also dealers use. It's called NADA. It stands for National Automobile Dealers Association. That's NADA. You can also go to NADA.com. And we also use that tool to also research the cars. So if you're going to a dealer and looking for the appraisal or the trade value on your car, keep that in mind and ask for the NADA report, or they might even ask for the V-Auto report. Okay, and ask them, how do you appraise your cars? Because what happens all the time is we want to make sure that you're well informed about what's going on with your car. Once again, we cannot put a value cannot be put on, a sentimental value cannot be put on your car. The things that you've gone through and experienced through your car, that's within that sentimental, and it's the experience that you've had that we can't put a monetary value on. However, what we can do, as long as you take care of your car, and as long as you have some of those things, those requirements that we talked about earlier, you should get a great value for your car. Thank you guys so much for watching. I really appreciate you. Hopefully you found some great useful tips you can use when you're going in to take your next car, to get your new car. You can also find me on Instagram at Alex Sells Buick GMC. You can also find me on YouTube and on my Facebook page at Alex, Your Trusted Car Guy. I appreciate you guys. Have an awesome day.